Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks Xbox 360 edition. I am NitePHX. Today I'm taking out the M53 M55, which is the Tier 9 American artillery. I am in a platoon with Kurt Kane 785 in his AMX 1390. Kreger is in his T110E3, Shadow is in the T110E4, and Grey Ghost has his T110E3. The map is Mines Rain, and it is a standard battle. Now if this was like a tier 5 or 6 game, I'd consider sitting in the bush to the right or that bush right there on the left. But because this is a tier 10 game, and the view distances on the tier 10 vehicles, I really do need to hide. The bushes would probably give me some cover until I actually fired, and then I'd be spotted by everybody on the enemy team and die right away. So in the higher tier games, it's better to get back behind these buildings where there's no line of sight. Any enemy who gets up on this hill is going to be able to see this corner of the map, and if I am line of sight, they are going to spot me. So it does look like Kurt Kane did get a couple of spots as the enemy came around that corner there. Kurt continued up on the hill, so they are no longer spotted. So I am loaded. My circle is small. I just got to find a target without making my circle grow too much. We do find an IS-4, and you see just that little bit of movement. Even though my tracks didn't move, the circle did grow quite a bit. So we're going to lead this IS-4, figure where he's going to be. We take a shot. We see that it hit something. It did not hit him. We see that E100 sitting there. We put one into the side of him. Didn't do a lot of damage, but we did get something on it. Now, as I always say, and I don't always do, when you're playing artillery, after you shoot, you have to move. Doesn't have to be a lot, just if the enemy artillery is what we refer to as artillery hunting, he knows kind of the areas that the enemy artillery sits, and he's just going to sit back there and he's going to watch, and he's going to wait and see where your tracer came from. If he sees your tracer, you can guarantee his next shot is going to go where he thinks you were sitting. So shoot and move. And coming up shortly here, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Or you'll see and hear. Okay, so we did take a shot at somebody up on a hill. We didn't let the circle fully get small, and we definitely overshot him. Now my only targets at the moment, they're all behind buildings. I can't hit anything. Being in this particular corner of the map behind the buildings with the cliff right on my right side, it kind of limits what I can shoot at. And of course, this hill being elevated, I'm lower than the level of the hill, plus they have these rocks in front of it. Makes it difficult to shoot things up on the hill, especially when they're close to the front of the hill. But as you saw there, we did get some damage on that 113. He obviously doesn't have a lot of cover in front of him. You can see part of my circle is on the rocks in front of him. So I could hit those rocks, you know, that's where RNG comes in, whether or not it's going to land where the end of my green line is, or if it's going to land somewhere else inside the circle. Alright, almost loaded. Circle's pretty decent. We got an E100 into the side. Take another 687 out of him. Looks like he's got almost no health left. And you can see right here, I did get detected. When I got the building and that big rock in front of me, there is a little bit of a gap, and I'm guessing whatever vehicle's sitting right in that gap actually has line of sight on me and was able to detect me. And pretty much once artillery is detected, everybody knows where you are. Normally I would run and just totally relocate. I can't do this on this map. If I come out from behind these buildings, I'm dead. The map is just too small and there's no cover. Okay, so you saw that 113 was still at the top of the hill. We take a shot at him and we do finish him off. We relocate, and while our gun is reloading, we start looking for our next target. You can see the hill and the rocks on top of the hill there are just making it impossible for me to get any shots on the enemy as they're coming up the other side of that hill. So we relocate just a little bit, whatever room I actually had to work with back here. One thing you really need to keep in mind as artillery is if you don't have a shot on somebody and you have the opportunity to relocate and possibly get that shot, do it. Alright, so this particular tank, this player, I did not realize at the time, this is BumpmyStump. He is a fellow World of Tanks YouTube video uploader. I subscribe to his YouTube channel. He subscribes to mine. You can see I do take a shot, and I hit the rocks on top of the hill there. He's got himself in pretty good cover there. Now I normally play on the West server. I just leave it on auto, and I am on the West Coast, or I'm in Arizona, but so I normally connect to the West server. Because of the platoon I was playing with, they were actually playing on the East server, so I connected to that, and that is how I ended up basically my first encounter with BumpmyStump. So we have an IS-7 up here. You can see most of my circle is down on the field of grass down there. Part of my circle is on the hill, and of course the shell lands on the part that's on the hill. Alright, so watch the very top right corner of the screen. You see that streak? You hear that explosion? That was the enemy artillery trying to get me because he saw me shoot. He saw my tracer. If I had not moved, I would be dead. And if you care to pay attention, this is going to go on for the next 3 or 4 shots. I have a pretty good idea where he is, but really I have no interest at the moment trying to get him. As long as I have an enemy to shoot at, I'm going to shoot at them. Alright, so I did just put a shot into the side of that IS-7. Hope that helps out the team a bit. So if you were paying attention to the game audio, you would have heard the enemy artillery shot land right where I was sitting after my last shot. Good thing I moved on that one. So I'm still trying to relocate, get as far back as I can so I can get better shots at these closer targets. There's the IS-7 again. I am loaded. If I can hit him in the rear, I will probably kill him. I got most of my circle on the other side of that hill. I still hit the rocks behind him though. And there's another shot. The already did splash damage me. If he would have directly hit me, I'd be dead. Yeah, you heard the guy, everything. Almost got us that time. The loader is dead now. I don't have a repair kit on here. My reload time is going to be crazy. Good thing the game's almost over. You know, my platoon mates at this point are telling me the RD is most likely at A1. There's a nice rock that you can sit behind there and not get detected when the enemy comes through there. I just don't know exactly where he is, so if I take a shot, it's going to be luck whether or not I hit him. All right, and there's BumpmyStump again. Last we had seen him, he was over by the lighthouse. He comes around the corner and finishes off our last medium tank. So we're down to me and I believe Kreger in his T-110E3. So we know exactly where BumpmyStump is at the moment. I am detected. Has to be that enemy heavy tank that Kreger just finished off. Knowing that the RD is watching me, I'm just putting myself up against this building here. That's exactly why I don't think he can shoot through this building anyway. So anyway, my assumption is BumpmyStump is going to continue pushing towards us on the eastern side of the hill. So I've repositioned myself to be able to shoot anything coming up this road. I wouldn't be able to do that if I was still behind the buildings. The buildings would be in my way. So at this point we sit back, we wait for the enemy to come to us. Kreger doesn't have a turret and he's slow. It would not be advantageous for him to go out looking for BumpmyStump. In the meantime, the enemy 212A, the enemy artillery, is really getting under my skin here. And I'm thinking, you know what? I know he's back here somewhere. I have no idea where, but I'm going to take a crapshoot and see what I can do. I take a shot. I get nothing. Time to reposition. Don't want to be where I was just in case he's going to take a shot, but I want to remain in a position where I can still shoot anything coming up the road and as they come up the ridge here. Now I have to give BumpmyStump the flash of brilliance that he deserves on what he did here. He somehow went from being below the hill in that northeast corner of it up on top of the hill. That gave him the perfect view to spot me, and of course I had no cover, I had no place to go, and he took me out of the game. Nice job. So now we know he's up on the hill. We know he just made a move that was totally unexpected. I've watched enough of his videos to know he's going to do something unexpected. And certainly he does. He comes around from the behind and takes Krug out of the game. And he wins the game for his team. Now I have to say I did cut a bit of the from the time he killed me out until the time he came up behind Kreger out of the video. He obviously didn't get off that hill and behind Kreger in the, 15 seconds. So yeah, I cut part of the video out. I had sent him a message. I figured, okay, I'll just cut that out. Alright, so I did end up with 1 kill, just over 3,000 damage. I also did just over 1,000 assisted damage in that. And Shadow Pool's in the 3rd place with just over 3,700 damage. So I thought I would post this video up for you guys. I know I get a lot of requests for artillery. While it's not a spectacular game, it wasn't a total dud, and it was the first time I played against a fellow World of Tanks YouTube uploader, so I thought it'd be fun to upload. So, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would click the like button. I'll put a link to BumpmyStump's YouTube page in the description below. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. You'll get notifications of when I post new videos. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.